You all descend deeper into the tree, following down some familiar spaces past your old room, past her numerous collection chambers, past a number of platforms with the dull, glowing, kind of magical lantern light that flickers and illuminates it in beautiful and nightmarish ways. The shadows seeming to shift and move like they themselves are living entities that take root here in the home that she keeps. She leads you down to the base of the tree to where you had met her with her tiki bar and her furniture, and continues to descend on a far back staircase that goes beneath the very roots of the tree. As she leads you down, no doorway greets you, but a thick curtain of fallen roots that kind of pull out of the way as she curls in. And what you see inside this kind of cage-like chamber of roots and metal, there is, it looks like a chair in the middle of the room.
Inside check. Finally.
It is made of what looks like wood and natural matter in places, but then bits of stone seem to cup up to kind of grab limbs. You see a number of chains that are attached to it in places that kind of pull through and dangle in other areas. There are strange-looking, almost tube-like extrusions that connect to it, and there are multiple metal rings that are laid open within. She rushes up and places the body onto it and kind of latches it in about 12 different places. She grabs a couple of chains and begins to tug them, and as she does, these large metallic arms kind of like come down with all manner of strange blades and loops and scoops, and she stops and turns back the rest of you. You probably don't want to see this. Step outside. I'll come get you when I'm done.
I just stand there, eyes wide open. You can't make me leave.
She grabs these chains and pulls them down and begins to mutter under her breath. You watch as all these different glowing runic carvings begin to kind of alight around, and these metallic arms that you thought was maybe like 4 turns into 8, turns into 12, and they start just whipping around. It takes you a moment to realize what's happening. The body of Zathuda, the armor is cut free, and his body is being flayed in strips rapidly. You see glimmers of muscle, then bone, and you see like this faint essence, like his spiritual energy is starting to drift from the corpse, and then you watch his other external arms grab those strange tubes and begin to almost siphon and suck up his lingering spiritual anchor. And you watch as these strips of flesh are pulled out. They're then grabbed by other arms that begin to weave them into a tapestry-like singular piece of fabric, and stretching them and pulling them off to different hooks at the sides. You watch as what looks to be like a frame, like a hexagonal frame, is built, lowered, and then what's built from his matter is stretched across it. What remains of the pale skin of Sorrow Lord Zathuda
I throw up.
Really the ground.
In the corner.
has been now turned into a 3 by 3 foot hexagonal art piece with his face in the center of it stretched. Eyeless. And as the machine whirs to stillness, she plucks it from its hooks and turns it around. It's good to have hobbies.
What?
Isn't that right? And the lips go, that's right.
Oh, man.
Cool.
No.
Where should it go, Fearne?
Let's put it in the tiki bar.
Delightful choice. Come, come. Let's make sure I put the nail in the right position.
What's going on with his face? What's going on with his face?
He's just straining against it.
Stretching.
He's
it
testing
out.
his new boundaries.
He's got an itch.
If you don't mind, it's...
I know that you're not really her father, her dad,
And she's not, you guys aren't family. But biologically speaking, should she be aware of any siblings out there in the world?
I put all my faith in my one.
One shot.
Yeah.
One opportunity.
In his whole life, it was
You
just
just
this
had sex
one.
that one time. That's so sweet.
It is. That's a lot sweeter than
That's
I
really sweet.
Sometimes one's like this.
I've been careful.
He practices the
There are
Now it's a
Fey
diagram.
techniques
Oh.
to ensure.
rhythm method.
Reach out for my finger in his mouth. We call it the Misty Step.
Oh, no.